in my university, it's kind of chill like that. It's CSC Scholarship. I know you will decide either you want to live in dorm or you want to live outside the dorm. If you visit safe, especially for girls, water bill is free. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is me, Saloni, and you're watching Shally Tales. So in this video, I'm going to answer some of your questions and some of the questions that I think that you might have about China, about scholarship, about universities, about living costs. I'm going to answer these today. And first of all, let me show you where I am right now. So I am at the sitting area. It is in the top of a mini mountain, and that mini mountain is part of our university. So currently I'm in my university, but I'm at a hangout place. And let me show you around. So this is the main attraction of our university. It's called Crystal Building, and it's kind of like a theater, and it's very beautiful. It's very oddly shaped. That's why it's called Crystal Building. Then we have a lake or a river, I don't know, probably a lake. And this is also our university personal lake. So yeah. And then we have some mountains. And then there you can see building A. This building is mainly, I think, School of Science, School of Humanities, and others. There is Ting Song, which is name of my dormitory, and I also live there. So yeah. Then there's B building. This building is School of Business and School of Design, and others. I'm not very sure. Then there is building C. No, this is not building C. This is library. Building C is there behind the tree. You cannot see it right now, and that's a School of Engineering, and that's my building. I usually go there. Most of my classes is in C building. I showed you around. This place is very nice, and there's no one here right now. That's why I'm filming very openly. And yeah, let's get started with the video. I have written all the questions right here. And this video is gonna be in segments. Mostly it's gonna be 5 segments, and each segment's gonna cover a specific topic. And if you want to know about a specific topic, you can skip to the section which you want to watch. And yeah, but I still recommend you to watch the full video so you can know everything about China, including living prices, scholarship, and etc. etc. Let's start with our first segment, which is expenses. For expenses, I'm gonna tell you in 2 parts. Either you live inside the dorm or do you live outside. It means like, do you live in university dorm or do you rent a studio apartment or a normal apartment outside the university. I personally live inside the dorm because it's cheaper and convenient, but I'm still gonna tell all the prices. Usually in China, the dorms are 4 people dorm, which means like in one room there's gonna be 4 people living together. But in my university, especially for international students, it's 2 people room, which means the maximum people living in one room is gonna be 2 people, and minimum is gonna be 1. You can book a whole room too, but you have to pay double. So yeah, usually if your university have 4 people room, it's gonna be start from 200 to 400, sometimes 500. But since I live in a 2-person room, my rent is 600 RMB. And I think that's kind of an average price around China. Either it's lower than 600 RMB or it's higher than 600 RMB. So 600 RMB is kind of like an average price. So I'm going to mark as 600 for rent for dorm. And if you live outside, I'm going to talk near here. So you can find the rooms or studio apartments starting from 650 RMB and going up to 3,000 to 3,500 RMB. And you can choose according to your preference. But if you rent a room which is lower than 800 or 1000 RMB, that room is not gonna be very good, I would say. It's gonna be livable, but it's not gonna be very good. So if you want to pay 600 or 700 RMB, I would recommend you to live inside the dorm. There's gonna be all the facilities, it's gonna be convenient for you. But yeah, so for living outside, I'm gonna write an average price. So I'm gonna write 1000 RMB because you can find a very good room if you pay 1000 RMB per month. Next comes utility. Usually utility gonna cover water bill and electricity bill. So in this one, the university dorm has a plus point, which is we don't have to pay for our water. Our water bill is free. So we can use as much water as I want, so it's gonna be free. But if you live outside, you have to pay somewhere around 5 to 20 RMB per month for water bill. It's depend on your landlord how much he's gonna like charge you. I've heard from many people who live outside, they pay 20 RMB for water bill every month. So I'm gonna write 20 RMB here. Then it's gonna be electricity. For electricity, if you live outside or in the dorm, it's usually the same because electricity costs same everywhere. So I would say in off season where you don't need like heater or AC, it's gonna cost pretty low, somewhere around 60 RMB for a room in off season. But in a peak season, like in peak summer and peak winter, is gonna cost more. So somewhere around 120 to mostly 120. But there is a perk if you live in dorm. Since I live with my roommate, this price gets in half because we share the electricity, right? So if the electricity is 30 RMB or 60 RMB, I only have to pay 15 RMB or 30 RMB. And for the months when the electricity goes up to 120 RMB, I only have to pay 60 RMB. Whereas if I live outside, I have to pay full price by myself because I don't think so you can book a studio apartment for 2 people. Next come the transport. If you live inside the dormitory and you want to go to classes, you can just walk, right? You can also walk if you live near the university, you live outside, you can also walk. It's up to you. But most people like to rent e-bike or e-bicycles because it's very hot in here and it's very cold in here. So everyone just wanna quickly go to the classes. So if you rent an e-bike or e-bicycle, it might cost you 2 RMB for 10 minutes for e-bike and 1.5 RMB for 30 minutes for bicycle. It's pretty cheap. Like, I don't know why it's very cheap, but it is very cheap. So this is gonna be your everyday kind of expense. But you're also gonna hang out with your friends. You're gonna go out. You live in China. You might want to go to like club, want to play mahjong, want to play billiards. It's up to you, right? So for that, I would also add a metro expense, which is subway or MRT. Usually the MRT does not cost so much. For my particular route, which is yellow line, it only costs 3 RMB for the whole yellow line. So it's not that expensive. But if you go in city center, it's gonna cost a little more probably 6 RMB or 10 RMB, somewhere like that. So I'm gonna write 10 RMB for both sides because you're gonna travel, right? And then you're gonna go out, you're gonna buy something, you're gonna do shopping, you're gonna play with friends. For that, I have asked my friends how much do you spend in average per month. So I have written down here, it's 500 RMB per month for shopping or fun and everything else. And it's an average, so it's not mine, it does not matter that if it's yours or not, but it's in average. So you might spend 500 or less, you might spend 500 or more. It varies from person to person. Next come the food, because you're gonna eat, you have to survive here. So for food, mostly is 600 to 800 RMB depending on where you eat. If you eat in university canteen, it's gonna be super cheap. It's also gonna go around 300 RMB per month. And if you eat outside, like in a restaurant and stuff, it's gonna cost you around 800 RMB per month. So it varies where you eat. So I'm gonna write 600 RMB for the food in average because yeah, why not? So this is the pricing if you live in the dorm, how much it's gonna cost you, and this is the pricing how much it's gonna cost you if you live outside, and you can choose which one do you want. Moving on to the next segment of the video, which is scholarship and study. I know you were waiting for this part of the video, and I'm also very excited to tell you about the scholarships and tuition fees and stuff. And so many people have asked me in the comments, like, do you have scholarship? If yes, what scholarship do you have? Do you, like, what's your tuition fees and stuff? I'm gonna tell you. Wait a little. So let's talk about the types of scholarship first. So first scholarship is CSC Scholarship. I know many of you have heard about this scholarship. This is like the most famous, most beneficiary scholarship that you can get if you want to come to China and study. So in this scholarship, it covers your tuition, it covers your hostel fee, which is also dorm fee. It also gives you stipend per month. And for bachelor student, the stipend is 2,500 RMB. For masters is 3,000 RMB. And for PhD, it's around 3,500 RMB to 4,000 RMB. So it's very good scholarship if you want to study in China. But there's a catch. So the catch is, first of all, I came here in 2024. This is my second year, second semester here. So I came here in 2024. And before 2024, the CSC Scholarship used to offer scholarship to every major, every university around China. But after 2024, they have withdrawn their scholarship from some of the English majors. For example, I study computer science and technology in English, and I could not apply for CSC scholarship because my subject in my university is not eligible for this scholarship. So if you want to check that your university and your subject is eligible for this scholarship or not, you can go to this website and check if your university and your major is available, is eligible to get the scholarship or not. Mostly it is available for all Chinese language courses. Like if you study computer science in Chinese, you can get this. If you study any other subject in Chinese, most probably you're gonna get this scholarship. But if you study in English, your chances of getting this scholarship is relatively low, but it's never zero. You can still get this scholarship if you study in English, but you still have to check. Okay, go to this website, search for your university, search for your program, and if it says that it is eligible, please apply. It's very nice scholarship. I would 10 on 10 recommend. Also, for this scholarship, you can apply for the scholarship before coming to China. So you don't need to come here and then apply. You can apply from your home and then you can come here and enjoy your studies. Next comes the provincial or university studies. I'm gonna talk about this scholarship together because they are almost kind of same. So provincial government scholarship is given by the province. For example, I live in Zhejiang province, so the scholarship is called Zhejiang Provincial Scholarship, and this scholarship is given by Zhejiang government, right? So it's given by provincial government, whereas university scholarship is given by personal university. So my university also have scholarship, and every university have it. The common part from both of the scholarship is the scholarship only covers your tuition fees. It does not cover your dorm, it does not give you stipend. It only covers your tuition fees. And yeah, but some of the university scholarship also give you dorm scholarship, but not all. So you have to ask your university, right? Next, for this scholarship, you have to apply every year. You suppose I get the scholarship, but I only get the scholarship for 1 year. So next year I have to apply again. Unlike CSC scholarship where you apply only once and you get for the whole study, this scholarship you have to apply again and again for like every year for the entire duration of the study. So yeah, it's kind of a hassle, but getting a provincial or university scholarship is much more likely than getting a CSC scholarship, because there are millions of people who are applying for CSC scholarship, and like I don't know how many get accepted, but still, if you want to apply, I would say apply for every scholarship. If you get this one and you don't get this one, take this one. If you get all of them, choose the best one. Apply for all scholarship. It's gonna be best for you. Moving on to the third segment, and I have changed my place. I came downstairs because it was so windy upstairs. So yeah. So the third segment is student life and rules. This is the part where I'm very excited to tell you about, because I haven't seen so many YouTubers talking about it. So here we are. So first question is, can you study in English? As I told you in like previous segment, there are English programs and you can study in English too. I also study in English. I study computer science and technology in English, and all of my professors knows English very well. They have like a teeny tiny bit of accent, but it's very understandable. So yes, you can study in English. You can study every kind of major here. It's very nice. So yeah. Next, can international student work? It's kind of a tricky question. The answer is both yes and no. So according to the like visa department or the official records or something, you cannot work outside the university. It means like you cannot work in cafes and McDonald's and stuff like that. But you can work if the job is related to your study and your university allows it. Suppose I want to build an app with a certain company. I will like write a report to my university that this is the company, I want to build this app with them. Can I go and work with them? And if your university allows it, then only you can work. If your university denies it, you cannot. That's kind of sad. But there's also one more chance of you to work, which is you can work inside the university. Yes, you can also work inside the university. You can do jobs like you can work in student office, you can work as teacher's assistant, and you can also work in student council. So yes, you can work, but the number of jobs that you can do, it's very, very limited. And most of the people doesn't even know how to write reports, how to work. So I would recommend come here, study, and if you want a job, take an internship or work visa. It's not very expensive. If you want to work, it's better to get a certain visa and work legally. So next segment is, how strict is dorm rule and curfew? This is also very interesting because in every university in China, not every, most of the university in China, the curfew starts from 11 p.m. and goes up to 6 a.m., which means you cannot leave the dorm from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. But in my university, it's kind of chill like that. So in my university, we don't have a curfew. We do have to tell like in a group if we are not in our if we are not in our dorm, but there's no curfew. Even if you live in the dorm, you're free to go at whatever time you like and free to come whatever time you like. So yeah, my university is very chill. I love my university. Next, is it safe? Is it safe, especially for girls? Yes, it is very safe. China is one of the safest country that I know, especially near the universities area and in the big cities like this. So I live in Hangzhou, and Hangzhou is like very, very, very safe. And I will tell you how safe it is by an example. So my class, like A building, is like 120 meter exactly from my home. So in that 120 meters, I get recorded in 6 different cameras. So there's like so many cameras in China. So that's why it's very safe. Police are very active. So, and they're very helpful too. So it's very safe in here. And if you talk about like girls, especially being safe, it's very safe. I have been outside and like partying with my friends and came home very, very late, like 1 a.m., 3 a.m. And I haven't seen anyone misbehave with me. So it's very safe. But I would still recommend you to maintain your own safety. But as per as I know, it's very safe. Next, is it easy to make friends? Yes, I have so many friends. You know, before coming to China, people used to say like if you're going to China, it's not necessary that you might make so many friends, usually Chinese friends because of the language barrier. It's all false. I have so many Chinese friends. I have so many international friends. Like I don't know how I make friends, but everyone is like very friendly here, and yeah, it's very easy to make friends. Moving on to our fourth segment of this video, which is tips. These are the tips which I would like to personally give you because I have been here for 2 years, and I will tell you the problems that I faced when I came here. So listen if you're coming to China, yeah? So first tip, I would say download some apps. I will tell you what apps. So since you know most of the apps are like unusable in China because of the firewall. So I would recommend download VPNs, not VPN, VPNs. More than two, download more than two VPNs because sometimes one VPN does not work. So you need more than one VPN. I have seen some people coming here without VPN thinking of like, oh, we'll go and download it there. No, download VPN, like downloading VPN after coming to China is like such a hassle. So if you are coming to China, I would recommend download it before coming to China, and it will help you a lot. I have downloaded two VPNs before coming here, which was Proton VPN and VPN Super. And I downloaded one more VPN, which I forgot what I downloaded, but I don't use that VPN anymore, so it's fine. Next is translator. Many of the Chinese people don't speak English, so it's gonna be like a language barrier between you and like Chinese people. So I would recommend to download some kind of translator, usually the offline translator, because like if you come to China and you don't have a Chinese SIM yet, you might need translator which works without the internet. So I would recommend download an offline translator, and it will help you a lot. Next tip is bring some cash. Let me tell you why. When I came here, I was 17 and I could not open bank account in China because I was 17. So it was very difficult. So I was using my Visa card everywhere, right? And since I was using my Visa card, some of the place does not accept Visa card. Like even if you like add your Visa card to your Alipay, some places that does not accept it. And I bought some cash, and I was very thankful that I bought some cash because it helped me a lot. I would tell like I would recommend you to bring like a little bit cash, somewhere around 500, 600, at least 1000 RMB of cash. So life will be a little easier for you. Next is learn basic Chinese. I would tell you, I did not came here learning Chinese. When I came to China, I only know three words: 你好, 谢谢, 对不起, which means hello, thank you, and sorry. It's not enough. Let me tell you, I was so frustrated explaining my stuff to people, like explaining something to the taxi driver. I want to go there, I want to go there, not this way, that way. Please learn basic Chinese. Like how much, like what's the price, like how to go there. Just basic. You don't have to have an HSK level, just basic, right? So in this segment, I'm going to talk about application process. So yes, if you want to study in China, this is how you apply, how you get accepted, what do you do after you get accepted. This part is going to be like a shorter version because I'm running out of time. If you want like a elaborated version of scholarship and application process, write down in the comments and I would make a video. So yeah, I'm gonna start telling you how to apply and get accepted in China. Let's start. So first you do is you go to this website, you choose your university, you choose your subject which you wanna apply. Then you go to the university application page, which like every university have their own portal, and then you go to the application section and then you fill out all your information, you apply, and then if you're not 18, this is the important part. If you are not 18, you have to have a guardian, and that guardian has to be Chinese. So, and some people I have known they don't have a guardian because they don't know anyone in China. So for that, you can book an agent. I also book an agent because I didn't know anyone in China, so I had an agent which also become my guardian, and the process was very smooth. So the next step is you get accepted. Congratulations. And after you get accepted, you have to pay a small amount, which means a seat fee. You have to pay seat fees because university is going to book a certain seat for you, because it's kind of like a safe money for university, so that they are making sure that you come to this university. This is not like an extra fees like from your tuition fees. This is part of your tuition fee which you pay in advance. It's like a small amount which you have to pay before paying your tuition fees. So yeah, that's it. Next is after paying tuition fees, you come to China. Congratulations, you're in China right now. Then after coming to China, you pay for your tuition fees. You come to the university and you pay for tuition fees. So now you're officially student of your university. Next, you will decide either you want to live in dorm or you want to live outside the dorm. If you live in the dorm, you choose your dorm, you go to dorm office, you pay for the dorm, and congratulations, now you have a place to live. If you live outside, you will tell your university, I want to live outside. And then you will choose the room, like suppose you choose an apartment, then you're gonna sign a lease. And then after signing lease, you have to tell your university again that I live here. And university gonna enter your detail in the system and stuff. And yeah, after you get your place of living, congratulations, you are an official student and a resident of China. But you still need resident permit. So for getting a resident permit, like before you have X1 or X2 visa, and then now if you want to study here, you have to have a resident permit. So to get a resident permit, you have to have an insurance and you have to have a medical report. And taking an insurance is required for every international student coming to China. Either you're coming for 6 months, 1 year, it does not matter. You have to have an insurance. This insurance costs 800 for 1 year. And if you're only coming for 6 months, like for language study, it will cost you 400 or 500. So for 1 year, it costs 800. And for medical checkup. They're gonna do your drug tests, blood tests, blah blah blah, so many tests, and then they're gonna give you a report. And that medical test is gonna cost you somewhere around 500, 600 RMB, not very much. And you're gonna take both of this document and some of the document that your university gave you, all this document to the visa office. Now you apply for student resident permit, and somewhere around 10 to 15 days, depending on the rush, you can get your resident permit. And congratulations, your application process is done, and you can start studying in China happily or sadly, up to you. So yeah, that was the application process in short. If you want like all the details, how to apply for scholarship, comment down. If you want a longer and brief video in that topic, you need to comment down. So yeah, that is all for this video, and yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.